Hey y'all, it's Thursday. It is Thursday. We're in the right at 12 o'clock, like 5 minutes before noon, 5 minutes before 12 o'clock. Jump in and join me for some motivation and inspiration in this hour. What I am doing right now is I'm just sharing this live into my personal page, which is The Love of a Woman. If you know a woman or you are a woman, please search this page on Facebook and join. Know that the only thing that we do is we are an extension of God's love, so we show up every day just to love on you. So if you're in need of that encouragement, inspiration, please come and grow with us. Today is a beautiful day, a perfect day to grow. So we invite you to come and do something new with us and go on this journey. All right, I got it shared. Happy Thursday to all of my sisters and brothers out there. I titled this one today, what did I title this one? Your ears. So if you have been following, or if this is your first time that's tuning in, I'm at 6 of 7. I promised God for the month of October that I would do 7 lives, and they have been pop-ups. So I don't have a time. I don't have anything. I just get it. I just come in and do what I promised God that I was going to do. So I'm at the 6th one. I'm at the 6th live. If you've missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go back on my page, find it. I promise you what it's going to do, or what it's designed to do, is bless you. Let me give you this disclosure before I go any further. Understand that I am only an extension of God's love. I take no credit. And if you are, and understand that I am not for everybody, but I am for somebody. So if you're somebody that's needing love, encouragement, inspiration, this live may be for you. And also my prayer is that it does not find you on my time, but it finds you on God's time, because I understand that God's timing is the perfect time. Okay, I got that out the way. So here we go. Today, your ears is what I labeled it. As you know, before I go and just talk about anything, I want to give you some word of where you can go back and follow back up on it and study for yourself, find your own self-approved, because it's not my way, it's between you and God. So today, what I love about the Bible is that it has such beautiful stories and situations of where you're able to look at it and kind of see yourself into it. So today's story that I'm going to talk about comes from Matthew 25, 14 through 30. I'm not going to read the scripture. What I suggest, or what I offer, or what I ask is that you write that down and go back and study that at your own time, even if you've heard it a million times, because I know some of you guys know the Bible from forward to backwards. Read it in the season that you're in today. So pause, go and read Matthew 25, 14 through 30. Okay, so this story here, just to sum up what the story is about, it's about a master who has 3 servants, and he all leave them talents. He give them talents, and he's telling them, I'm going to leave you these talents, and then I'm going to come back one day, and I'm going to check on what you did with these talents. So the first servant, and I know some of you guys hate the word servant, but because it's been misused, I personally am a servant. So one of the servants, he leave 5 talents, five talents. The next servant, he leave 2 talents, okay? And the third servant, he leave 1 talent. So as time go on, time pass, it seems like forever. I'm imagining when the master said he's coming back, he didn't leave a date, a time, an hour. So some things had to go in between. It wasn't immediately I'm running down the street, or I'm going on vacation and I'm coming back. It was time for them to. It was enough time for them to do something with these talents. So the master came back. He lines them all up. This time I'm imagining it in my mind. He gets them all together. Hey, y'all, I'm back. I told you I was coming back. Now, I left you with some things, and I'm ready to see what is it that you did with the things that I left you. So one of the servants proudly stand in front of the master and say, you left me with 5 talents, and I went and collected 5 more. I have a total of 10 talents. And the master was like, okay, good. Well, great. I'm so proud of you, my good and faithful servant. So come to the second one. And the second servant say, you left me with 2, and I went and I doubled that. I now have a total of 4 talents. So the master was like, great. That is awesome. I'm so proud of you. Then we have the last one that had the 1 talent. And he says, I actually have the same 1 talent that you gave me, because I know the type of God that you are. I know that you're about no mess. I don't want no problems. I don't even want to disappoint you. So what I did is I took what you gave me and I buried it. So when you come back and get it, I can give back to you exactly what you gave me. He was proud when he stood in front of his master, because look, I done figured it out. Everybody else done went, but I'm going to give you back what you gave me. The master was so upset. He could not believe, you useless. I gave you instructions on what to do with this, and you have the audacity to give me back something that I gave you, and you try to make it make sense by putting a smile on your face. So let me tell you what I'm going to do in your face. Give me that 1 talent that I gave you, and I'm going to give it to the person that took their 5 and went and made 10. So I said all of that to say with the message, and again, go into detail and read it later, but your ears is what today's topic is, your ears. You have to be in a position to listen to what it is that God is asking for you to do. We all have talents. What it is that God is telling me is not the same thing that God is telling you. What it is that God has given me as a talent may not even be the same thing that God has given you, because God is going to give me according to what it is that I can handle. God may not can give me 5 talents because I can't handle 5 talents, but God can give me 1 talent and know that this 1 talent could over the 5 talents. But it's up to me to see what it is that I'm going to do with that 1 talent. In today's world, just looking at it, a lot of us get distracted with what it is that our neighbors have, and it stops us from getting what we're supposed to get. You know, how am I just got this 1 thing. I'm good at this 1 thing, but this other person got 15 other things. Every time they touch something, it's gold and they everywhere, and you're distracted. Just like the master told those servants, just like he gave those instructions, I'm leaving you with these talents and I'm going to come back one day. That's the same thing that our Father in heaven has told us. I've given you something. I've given you a talent. Some of you love like nobody has ever seen love before. Some of you are able to cater to elderly people like you've never catered before. Some of you can walk into the room and bring people together. I've given you these talents. I didn't give them to you for you to hold on to. And I didn't give you these talents for you to sit on them. I didn't give you these talents for you to show up in a room and be afraid to show what it is that I've given you. I've given you these things so you can go out and invest them in the world. Whatever it is that God has given you. And if you don't know what it is that God has given you, because we say it all the time, I know that God said he's given everybody something, but I haven't figured my mind out. Open up your mouth and ask God, hey, what is my talent? You're looking dead at your talent. Sometimes you're the most peaceful person in a situation. Every time the family go through something, they're always calling on you. They call you the strongest person off in the family, but that could be your talent. Don't bury that. Maybe you were designed to help other people where you're a helpmate, but not actually being used, where you feel like you're being used up by people. But you got to open up your ears to be able to hear what it is that God has said to you. Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen. God is going to come and take that talent. And he's going to pass it off to somebody that's using it right in your face. There's nothing like having a vision of something or having a desire to do something and you're amped about doing it and then you talk yourself out of it. And the minute you talk yourself out of it, then you see somebody else that you never even told your vision to do it. Not only do they do it, it turns into something massive because God gave it to you before. I gave it to you because I need you to do something with it. I didn't give it to you because I need you to bury it. I didn't give it to you so you can sit off in your doubt, so you can sit into your anxiety. I gave it to you for you to do something with it. Every gift that you have, that God has gifted you, was designed to do something with it. Not to step out on fear, but to step into faith. Not to walk in doubt, but to walk in every situation hopeful. Not to believe the darkness, but to bring light into situation. That is a gift. And if you have to be off in a space, a calm space, a silent space, to just be real about, well, Lord, I know that I'm not doing it. We all know if we're doing it or we're not doing it. If you're not doing it, don't be that one where God has gifted you your gift and come back and give it to somebody else and is so disappointed in you. You're not doing God any favors by going to church every Sunday, but what you got on Sundays, that's it. You just re-energize on Sunday. You're not taking anything out into the world on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. You're taking what I'm giving you and you burying it. The lessons that you went and got and you buried it. It doesn't matter that the way that you do things does not look like the way everybody else do things, but just imagine if you did it your way. Just imagine that somebody needs to be able to see you do it your way. Have you ever noticed where you can be, let's think back when you were in school and the teacher asked, does anybody have questions? Because you don't want to be the first person to raise your hand to make it seem like you did not understand the lesson, you keep your hand down. But soon as that one bold person that say, look, I know you just took your time and you broke that down, but I really don't understand it. When that one person speaks and says, I don't understand it, then all of a sudden everybody in the room have answers, have questions. That is the same reason why God placed that gift that he gave you inside of you. You are the one that's going to cause everybody else to understand. You are the one that's going to cause everybody to say, if they stood up and they broke it, if they are the one that brought love into their family, if they are the one that taught their family how to forgive, if I'm the first person to do it, that is a gift that God has given me. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to pay attention to everybody around me or what you got going on, the gift that you got going on, how you were able to get yours done so fast. First off, don't get so caught up on what stuff look like. If one thing Facebook have taught us is you're able to be whoever you want to be. So don't get distracted by what you see on the outside of somebody. But when God is speaking to you, your ears, we all hear what God is saying to us. We can avoid it. We can say we don't want to do that. You know, I'm not qualified for that. I'm too old for that. I've wasted too much time for that. But we all hear what it is that God speaks to us, because when God speaks to us, it's ears within our heart. The world give us noise out here where it's the ears, but when God speaks to our heart, the ears that are in your heart, and you say, God, I'm just going to follow my heart with this. This is just one little bitty gift. I've never known what it is that I can do, but I can love like no other. I'm one that I can go out and I can feed the homeless. Some people want to pull out a camera and show you that I'm feeding the homeless, but I stand up and I go and sit in silence with the homeless and I pray for the homeless. And next thing you know, that homeless person get themselves together and go tell the world about that one person that came and sat with them when nobody else wanted to sit with them. That is the type of love that you have. Don't discredit that one gift that God gave you. Instead, invest it. Every day, wake up and say, I'm going to invest this love. My love is not to be misused. I'm not going to be a fool behind it, because I'm going to step in and I'm going to love myself first. I'm going to allow God to go before me with everything that I do, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to love differently. That is a gift. That is your purpose. So whatever gift that the Spirit, that God has given you in this season, at this day and time is not the time to be sitting on what God gave you. This is not the time to sit in a corner and talk yourself out of it. This is the time to get connected with your heart and allow God to go before you and let your passion and your purpose flow from you. Don't worry about who's qualified and who's not qualified. Only thing you need to worry about is when the Father comes back, when my master comes back, because believe it or not, even though you heard your grandmother say it, even though you heard your great-grandmother say it, even though you heard your great-great-great-great-grandmother say it, that the ending of the timing was coming and God was coming back again, believe it or not that the Spirit is coming back again. He's coming back again. And when he come back and when he call your name and he say, I gave you these things that I needed you to go out and spread through the world, what did you do with them? Instead, you came to me and laid on my feet every day telling me about how people was walking over you. You kept giving your heart to people that misused you, but I gave you a desire to love people that was going to appreciate your love. I gave you a light that when you walked into dark places that you would fill the room. But instead, you were too busy scoping out the room to say that I do not qualify to be here. Somebody needs to see your qualifications to know that if God qualified her, if God qualified him, then God can qualify me. So in this season, your ears, not your ears that are right here, but your ears that are in your heart, open them. Listen. Listen to what it is that the Spirit is telling you and activate something. Go do what only can be done through you. If you don't use what God has gifted to you, you're going to lose it. And not only will you lose it, God is going to gift your receiver right in your face. Don't lose it. So as I'm wrapping up this pop-up, 6 of 7 pop-up on today, I want to encourage you to go out in the world and love on somebody. Hold a door for somebody. Smile at somebody. When somebody cuts you off in the freeway, don't get upset. Go out in the world and love on somebody. But before you dart that door and you love on anybody, first pause and love on yourself. Love on yourself in such a way that you felt it from the inside out. You deserve you in this season. You need to get to know you in this season. And getting to know you is not getting to know you for everybody else. It's getting to know your purpose, your assignment. Waking up with a joy that fills the room, that's getting to know you. There's no mistake with the breath that you have in your body. By you having breath in your body, that means that there's still work for you to do. So go out in the world and use the gifts that God had for you. Open your ears. If you know of anybody, any woman especially, that can benefit from love, inspiration, encouragement, please direct her to the love of a woman. Don't worry about it. She'll come when she's supposed to come, because what we understanding is coming is on God's timing and not our timing. You'll also notice that on the live somewhere, there is a section where you can send stars. Any stars that you send does not go to me. It goes to our nonprofit organization for women. And if you want more information about that before you give donations or stars, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to share that information with you. I'm on assignment because I love God. I'm on assignment because God loved me when I did not love myself. I'm on assignment because God never gave up on me. So I show up just to encourage, inspire, and love on somebody in a way that God sees fit. So I ask that you do the same. Go out in the world and love on somebody, but first start with yourself. Have a fantastic, fantastic Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you before the 31st so we can finish the 7th live of October. Have a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic Thursday.